Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Right, we're going to start off with the first of the inheritors who have shares fixed for them. So we said 4 men, 8 women. We're going to start off with the father. So father, first of all, has 3 scenarios, right? Number 1 is that he will receive 1/6. So he will receive 1/6 of the deceased wealth. Deceased wealth, hard to say. So 1/6 of the deceased wealth if there is a son involved. So if there's a son of the deceased and the deceased father, then it means that the deceased or the father will receive 1/6. Remember, we say not the son of the father, but the son of the deceased. So if the father gets a 1/6, son, now just keep this in mind, the son is one of those people who gets the leftover, whatever's left over. So put an R there for remainder. So therefore, how do we work this out? Now we're going to break this down into 6, like a cake that has 6 pieces. 1 piece goes to the father. How many pieces are left? 5 pieces left. So 5 pieces will go to the son. So this is how we're going to work it out. Father gets 1/6 and the son will get the remainder. So when we write it down on the top line, we're going to write down how many pieces of cake are there. So we're going to write down 6 pieces. And from those pieces, 1 goes to the father and the rest 5 goes to the son. This is scenario number 1. Next, scenario number 2 is the father gets a 1/6 plus whatever's left over in the equation or in the scenario. So 1/6 plus whatever's left over, if there's anything left over. And this only happens when there is a daughter involved. So if the deceased, write this down. Okay, daughter, write in blue. So the daughter actually is a share, is a recipient of the shares. So if there's a father, the deceased had left behind, he died, he left behind a father, and he left behind a daughter. So now the father will get 1/6 according to what we just mentioned, plus a remainder, remember that, so we're going to keep that to the side. Daughter is going to get half. You don't know this yet, we're going to learn this a bit later, but I'll just tell you now. She gets a half anyway, right? And we're going to do that. So again, cake has 6 pieces. How many pieces does the father get? The father is going to get 1 piece of the cake. How much is half of that cake? Now we don't give the rest to the daughter. She actually gets half. Okay, so let me just color this in a different color actually. So 1 piece, I'll give the green piece to the father, and the daughter gets half. So that means out of 6, half of 6 is 3. So she gets 3 pieces of the cake. Yeah, so she gets half of the entire sum, and the father gets 1/6. Yeah, so now what's happened? So we've got 2 shares that are left, haven't we? So there's 2 shares left there. So remember, the father gets a 1/6 plus, in red, the remainder. So because there's 2 remaining, the father will receive altogether 1 plus 2, which equals 3. So father gets 3, daughter gets 3. If that doesn't make sense to you, stop it, rewind it back, and watch it again. So numbers, the number starts off from 6, and we work it out in a similar way. Number 3. So number 3 is the father receives the remainder of whatever's left. He doesn't receive a fixed share, but he gets whatever's left. So if there's anything left, he gets it. If there's nothing left, then he doesn't get it, basically. That's how it works. Okay, so let me just draw the straight line here. Okay, so father, let's put down father. And with the father, let's say there's a mother. Yeah. Okay, so the father will get, the mother will get a 1/6. Now you don't know this yet, you're going to learn that later. Don't worry about it, just write this down for now. And the father gets the remainder because there's no kids involved, no sons, no daughters. Okay, and that's the rule. When there's no son, no daughters, father gets the remainder. So the mother, we give her 1/6 of the cake. And the father, we're going to give him the remainder 5 pieces of the cake. So that's 5/6 goes to him. Okay, so we're going to start off with 6. And 1/6 of 6 is 1. And the rest is 5. So 1 to her and 5 to him. Okay, like I said, that's if there are no kids involved. If there are kids, sons, only 1/6. And if there are daughters, 1/6 plus remainder. Now, I just want to add something here. And that is, this scenario, the second scenario, is actually if there's daughters or if there's the sons, daughters as well. So if there's any granddaughters from the son side, the same scenario number 2 applies. And in the first scenario, if there's sons or if there's sons, sons. So if there's no sons, but there's sons, grandsons, then that also applies, where he only gets 1/6. Okay, let me just try and draw some scenarios here, or the sums equations. Okay, so let me just write this out. So father and son's daughter, 1/6 to the father, and the son's daughter, she gets half. So let's work this out then. So what is it going to be from? So we're going to put down 6 there, 1/6. He's going to get 1/6. She's going to get half of 6, which is 3, and then the remainder he gets. So the remainder is 2. So 1 plus 2 equals 3, and similar as before. And in this one, let's say there's a son's son, a grandson. So a guy's died, passed away. His father, he left a father behind, and he left his grandson behind. So father will receive 1/6, and the son's son will receive the remainder, like the son. So again, we're going to start off from 6, give him 1, and the remainder will go to the son's son. Okay, and that's basically how that's done basically. So like I said, the third scenario is if there are no children or grandchildren at all. No children or any grandchildren, not even 1, not even 2, not even 3, and he gets everything left over. Okay, so that's basically the father scenario, and hopefully, if you haven't understood this, hopefully you have understood it. If you haven't understood it, watch it again, and slowly, by watching the rest of them, more information is going to come your way. And if you're not used to fractions, hopefully I'm going to show you some easy ways of trying to work out fractions as well. Alright guys, take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.